these dudes are basically what people now call simps, right? So you've got dudes in the West, you all say, I'm moving to Thailand, and they'll go, oh, I know where you're going there. What is up, guys? This is Brett here from brettdev.com, and if you're new here on this channel, I talk about my life out here in Thailand, living as an expat, how you can become an expat, and all of that good stuff. If you're not new here, and if you haven't subscribed, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And if you are seriously interested in living in Thailand, becoming an expat, working online, then check out the link in the top left corner of this video, because it's going to be very, very helpful for you. Right, in this video, I want to talk about the topic of why do men run away to Thailand? Now, I've been watching this guy on YouTube recently called Kevin Samuels, and he talks about dating in the Western world and relationships, and he makes you look at this kind of thing, or it makes me look at this kind of thing in a completely different light to how I would look at it before. He had a video go viral recently where he just like shut this feminist down.
Here's the thing, man. You say the problems with men. The only one that's complaining about the double standard harshly is you.
It got me thinking, why do men run away to Thailand? Because it is directly linked to a lot of this stuff. Now, would it surprise you if I told you that 92% of my viewership is in fact men? Right, so I know that for a fact. I only get like 8% women watch this channel. A lot of women and a lot of people in general in the West believe that men come to Thailand only for the women and that they are all sex tourists and things like that. Now, there is some truth to that. I'm not going to lie, and I'd be a liar if I said that it wasn't, and that isn't why people come here. It's not why everyone comes here, but a lot of people come here for that purpose, obviously. We know that. One big thing that is really overlooked, though, is the people that come here not for that. A lot of people come here, a lot of my friends that are here don't fit that category, and I would typically say the people that do fit that category, the only people that fit that category would be in places like Pattaya. I wouldn't even say Bangkok. If you're staying in Chiang Mai, if you're staying in Bangkok, if you're staying in other places in Thailand, you generally don't fit in that category, okay? And most people that come to Thailand aren't going to Pattaya. Now, the reason this guy's channel inspired me is because he talks about men and women and their positions in society, and in particular modern society, and he talks about status. How he breaks it down basically is saying that the more amount of money that a man earns, the higher status he has in society, and like the hotter a girl he can get, or you know, he's more desired than a dude that doesn't earn any money, for example. And this is true. Like, I'm watching these videos this guy makes, I'm like, yes, that makes sense. What's interesting is that when Western men come to Thailand, they're higher status and they're more sought after by Thai women almost immediately, right? And that's just because of the earning potential. And Westerners in Thailand typically will earn more money. In Thailand, there's no social welfare system, and therefore women tend to seek out men for more traditional style relationships. It's kind of like it used to be, I guess, like in the 1950s or something like that. This is how I always describe Thailand, just in many different senses, not just in a dating sense. Thailand is like going back in time. It's like living in the 50s. But it's true for these relationships as well. So women seek out men. They want more traditional relationships because they want a man that can provide for them. Whereas in the West, women, because of the social welfare system and because of the state, it almost is like now that women are married to the state. Right? So unless they can find a dude that is really, really wealthy, and when they do, they try and create a traditional relationship, just like Thai women do with regular Western dudes. Women here tend to seek out men so that men can take care of them. Everybody knows that. If you live out here, if you have friends here, you all know that. If you date a woman, the one direction it goes in Thailand, if you're dating any woman, is all women here want the man to take care of them. And that also gets confused and twisted with that women in Thailand are like money grabbers, or they're just trying to extort Westerners and things like that. And that's totally not true. People that say this, like, they don't like the Western society. They complain about feminism and that no women want them and stuff like that. And then they come over to Thailand and then they say, oh, the women just want my money. The women don't want your money in Thailand. The women are behaving like women. right? Whereas in the West, the women are behaving like men. Yeah, so when you come to Thailand, the women seek out more traditional relationships, and men get that. Men understand that, and that is why they are coming here, right? Women in the West are so confused, they can't figure out, oh my God, why do all those men go to Thailand? They're all sexpats. They're all like these evil people. They're just going there to shag around. It's not true. The men in the West are sick of that bullshit, and they want to be men, and they want to have women that are women. And they want to raise a family without the stress. For some reason, there's this stigma in the West now with Western women. It's like, if you're a housewife, like it's looked down upon. But in Thailand and in Asian countries, like that's not looked down upon. Like if you're a woman and you're a housewife, that's like probably actually praised, right? It's not a bad thing. So the women have no problem doing that. And deep down, that's all what Western women want anyway, right? They get brainwashed by society and they think that they don't want that. And then eventually they get to like when they're old and haggard and nobody wants them, then they go, oh shit. So a lot of men are coming out here because they want more traditional style relationships, and here they can get it. The reason they can get it is because as soon as they come here, they become instantly higher status, they have money, and I guess the lower cost of living and everything else factors into that, you know. Like I've got a lot of friends here that have families that are, you know, married to Thai women, have children, and live a really, really happy life, and their wives don't have to work. You know, the men can just take care of their wives because it's like I said, it's like the 1950s. If you live in Thailand and one person, like a Westerner, earns a salary, even Thai families are like this, right? If the man can earn a wage and a salary, then he can take care and he can raise a family, which in the West is very, very difficult to do now. The society's been infected by feminists, it's been infected by this propaganda and this brainwashing, and, you know, women in the West are wondering, like, they can't get their head around it. They think, oh, that people coming to Thailand must just be like sexpats. That must be the reason they go there. Because, of course, men are all evil, right? And it's just not the case. Men are smart. They've figured it out. They've gone, well, you know what? Like, if you're gonna treat us like shit, then we're gonna go over there and have a nicer life. And that's what people are doing. And not to mention, obviously, the Thai women are beautiful, and they're beautiful into later ages as well. So, you know, you can meet a woman here that's like in her 40s and she will look like she's 30. One thing I would say to you guys as well is, if you are in a Western country and if you're not like out here in Thailand yet, like, don't take shit off of people that label you with that and or like tar you with that brush, right? Because, you know, you've got the women on one hand that just are so brainwashed and so out of their mind that they think like you must just be a bad guy, that must be the reason you're going, and they'll try and say that that's you, even though you know it's not, right? Like, you've got it figured out, and they're just gonna, you know, because they're just envious that you've actually found a way to navigate around their bullshit. You've got those women, but then you've got dudes as well, and these dudes are basically what people now call simps, right? So you've got dudes in the West, you'll say, oh, I'm moving to Thailand, and they'll go, oh, I know where you're going there. And they'll say things about you, or they'll put you down and all that sort of stuff, and they'll make out that you are a sex tourist and you're just going there for that purpose and things like that. Those guys are simps. They're just as bad as the women. Their whole lives, they will just stay in that country and chase these women that don't want them, yeah? And these women will just stay single, and these men will stay single, and they'll both attack you, and you will be the one that comes out here. Not even just Thailand, go to another country, go like Russia. Like, these traditional values of relationships exist all over the world. You will be the one that goes to those countries, and you'll be the one that, you know, has a way better life, and you'll have a fulfilling marriage, and your wife or your girlfriend will be happy, and you will be happy, and you'll be able to have a family, and you'll be happy. You don't have to conform to this absolute madness, this media propaganda, and this psychotic nonsense that's going on in Western countries. That is why men, traditionally Western men, run away to Thailand. At least that's my take on it. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know why you think men come to Thailand. I know 92% of you are watching are men. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you want to keep watching, then check out this video. And like I said, if you do want to come to Thailand, then you should really check out this link. It's going to give you a whole breakdown of how you can structure an online business and things like that. That's all for me now, guys. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.